Hey there, happy Monday. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. It's a time that we can relax and craft together for about an hour. And I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way and come and chit chat, ask your questions, and just hang out. So we are continuing the Triangle Tango Quilt tonight. Here it is. It is by Missouri Star Quilt Co. I think we're doing a pretty large queen size. I'm not positive, but the more of these rows we sew together, it just seems so big. So I do think I'm going to sandwich this together at my parents' house, so that'll be kind of fun. So another element of this quilt at my parents' house. So I'm hoping we can finish this top this week. I think we'll do that pretty easily, and then maybe we can figure out a back for it real quick too. So in the next couple of weeks, I can go to my parents and lay it out on their giant floor. So all right, where we left off is we are sewing rows 6 and 5 together. We have them already clipped and ready to go. So yes, happy Veterans Day to everyone. And thank you again for joining me here tonight. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. Okay, so we are clipped here and ready to go. I wanna get cranking on it right away here. So this is row, I think it's 5 and 6. Yep, 5 and 6. All right, let's get started. Scooch this out of the way. Okay. You guys, I had so fun with you on Friday playing around with that embroidery floss. I really want to make more pom-poms. I think maybe I have that, sorry, I'm just moving around here. I have that book on how to make pom-poms that are like cute little animals. And I kind of want to give that a try. So they used wool fabric for that. So I might get some of not fabric, some wool yarn. So they used wool yarn for that. And I kind of want to give that a try before I completely put that pom-pom maker away again. I want to give that a try. So who knows, maybe tomorrow or later this week, I will pop that out again and we'll try and make little animals. The book that I have is in Japanese, so that makes it a little difficult, but they have good pictures, and my biggest thing is wrapping my brain around where to twist what to make these different animal parts. So that'll make more sense when we go through it, I think, but it's a kind of a brain teaser for me, which is making it more, it's making it turn into a thing like, oh my god, I have to figure out how that's done. So I want to experiment with that this week a little bit more. That was fun playing around with that pom-pom maker. That was the first time I've done that. This machine sounds so smooth still. This is just, after working on those other vintage machines, it's just a smooth sound. Ugh, I'm sewing in shoes today, you guys. It feels weird, but they're not shoes I can just pop off. They're like high-top Converses, and that will be a bit difficult to just toss off. So we didn't really fix the feed dogs, Tracy. I couldn't really see how to do that. So we came to like a conclusion that's working though, or something that's working. So I took the pressure off of the foot by 1 notch. So there's that button on top of the machine. and I've just made it so that the foot isn't putting as much pressure downward on the feed dogs, so that's helping them stay up a little bit. I should, every time before I start, I should just stick my finger underneath and pop them up to make sure they're all the way up, but nothing seems to be sliding around or anything, so I think we have a good happy zone for it right now, at least. I mean, in theory, if I all of a sudden came upon a really, really thick seam, like if I was sewing like jeans or something, and all of a sudden now I have a thick seam, that would probably push it down again. So I don't know if it's a perfect solution right now, but it's working. And like we were talking, maybe this is how it was supposed to be the whole time, and I just never knew. Because I probably never had this working with feed dogs that lower properly. Ooh, here's some bulk between these 2 points. So we'll get this sewn, and I would like to get at least another row, 2 rows sewn together. I think we can still finish this top pretty quickly this week, which would be amazing. Oh, yeah, you guys, it is 10 degrees right now. Ugh. I was gonna show you my fluffy hat. If you guys are still here at the end of the show, I'll show you guys my super fluffy hat. When I bring out the fluffy hat, then it's winter for reals, and I needed it today. I was outside for a little bit today, and I don't know what I would have done without that hat. It's one of those, I'm sure they're called something, one of those hats that have like the fur on the inside and go all the way around your chin. Man, if I couldn't have put that around my chin today, it would have been tough. Just the magic of just covering your chin up, that is a huge game changer for staying comfortable. I've found out since I bought that hat. Oh, you thought 43 was bad. Oh my God, 43 right now would be like the most amazing, beautiful fall day. Could walk around outside and smell the air, and on top of it being 10 degrees, it's pretty breezy, which makes it just so extra harsh. And it's that time of year again where it looks like a beautiful, sunny, gorgeous day, but you know whenever it's sunny, it means it's really, like, blisteringly cold outside. Whew. And you think cold is cold. I know I talk about this every year, but you think cold is cold. Like, if you think, 20 degrees, that's cold. That's got to be the same as, 0. It isn't. Zero hurts a whole lot more than 20 does. It is a different experience. And then when you get into the below zeros, which we inevitably will very soon here, you think you can't get any colder. There is a different feeling for that type of cold. Oh, Adrian, you probably had a beautiful 78 degrees or something. You might be in the 80s still. Oh. Crazy town. All right, that's row 1. I do need to get a leader out here. So it looks like my recording isn't working correctly again, so unfortunately the replay won't have comments, so I apologize about that. Oh, you're dealing with the Noeline, all that hot and dry
horrible, scary conditions yet. Ugh. Well, stay safe with all that. That is scary. Oh, it's warm today, going down to 21 overnight with possible flurries. My parents have been getting a lot of snow, but we haven't had much yet. Which is kind of just goofy, because usually they kind of get what we get a little bit later. All right, here we go. This is row 5 and 6. I'm going to throw this to the side. And this, no, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that's already in force. So this one is our first set of 2 for our next set of 4. Oh, Bonnie, where are you at, Bonnie? We're supposed to have wind chills tonight down to -3 below 0. Boo! Yeah, that's not fun. I feel ya. And you guys, we still have the air conditioner in our window, so we have like this 10-degree air coming through our window yet. It's horrible. We gotta get that out, but we just haven't gotten to it. Oh, I can feel it downstairs too. It's chilly. Chilly. All right, 3 and 4, you guys. We are almost down. I mean, there's only 2 more rows after this. So let's open these up and pin them together. Feeling good. All right, row 3 is on top. And we're gonna flip that on top. All right, let's pin these. I'm gonna plop these guys up here again. Kind of helps them from not sliding around everywhere. Oh, we did not press these yet, did we? Thought we were missing a step. Okay, you guys, we have to press these. I'm like, why do I have my ironing board here so predominantly? It's because we have to press these. Okay. Back in it again. Man, you stop something for 3 days and then you lose what's going on, don't you? All right. I have my iron and it's hot. All right, we got to press. What we're doing is we're pressing the seam allowances so we can nest the seams together a little bit better. And we haven't pressed these blocks at all yet, so some of them just need, they're a little crinkled. All right, let this heat up a little bit more. All right, so this is row 4. The even rows we're pressing one way, and then the odd rows we're pressing the opposite way, but I'm physically pressing them all down. I'm just rotating the odd ones, so they'll end up being the opposite direction. And we're not really concerned with all these seams that are on the inside of the blocks. We're just concerned with the seams where the blocks are sewn together. Oh, dang, Bonnie, you got 2.5 inches of snow today. Ah! It did snow a little yesterday afternoon, but there was nothing on the ground this morning. But I think it just kind of blew around. I don't think it melted. I think it just was. I think it's super dry out. Like we don't have any moisture right now either. So I think just based on what the snowflakes looked like, they didn't look like fat, liquidy snowflakes. They looked like drier, floaty ones. So I think I don't think any of our snow that we got melted. I think it just blew around. Because it was light enough, it wasn't sticking to anything. But yeah, I'm feeling it today. Just the house is feeling it today. Like up until today, it's been nice and toasty in the house, and but now I'm starting to feel like, oh, it's going to be cold everywhere, except for the radius. So we have, John and I have started calling the circle right around our gas fireplace the radius. So there's like a 3-foot radius that you can go stand in, and we call it getting stuck in the radius, because if you're standing by the fire there, you don't want to exit that 3-foot radius, otherwise you're not as toasty and comfy and warm anymore. So you can see the rest of the living room out there. It's just in the radius, or it's just outside the radius, so it's a kind of a bummer. But yeah, getting stuck in the radius as of late. Not fun. Although it is nice, but, getting stuck there is not fun. Yep, staying warm, Grace, but man, yeah, I did have to put on all the extras today. Today was the first day that I got my mega winter gloves out and my mega winter hat. And they're both pretty serious, like they're intense. But I felt awesome. All right, there's one side. Okay, this is row 4. Now let's get back to row 3. Okay, so now instead of starting with the label on the top, I'm gonna flip it around and do the label at the bottom, and then my rows will be ironed in the opposite direction, which is what we're going for. Oh, Gus, you're knitting and embroidering near a fire. Perfect. Oh, that sounds amazing. Oh, man, I'm dreaming about the radius right now. It would be a nice place to be. If only I had a bottle of wine here, like some wine and the radius and some knitting or something. That'd be a good evening. Be stuck there for a long time. But really, I think I'm gonna have to shower when I'm done here tonight just to warm up. It is crispy today. Wine expands the radius. There you go, Carol. I think you're onto something. There you go, exactly. It's the escape plan. Oh, exactly, Gus. I could knit a washcloth in the radius. Oh, that just sounds just so relaxing, just thinking about that. About halfway done ironing this row. Yeah, one of those jackets that heats up. Oh, and actually, I think it was just last week that I switched to the winter coat, so it all kind of came on quick. I was trying to hold off with like my fall coat as much as I could, but I finally had to switch to the mega winter coat, and I mean, I love that coat. It is a great winter coat. I'm very, very happy with it. But it feels like I'm wearing so much more than just my fall coat. Like, I have a super light fall coat that I really like, and now it's like I'm carrying 3 more pounds on me. It's just, you can feel the difference in the weight. I know I'm gonna end up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get my wool sweater out here again too. My house sweater. I have been wearing this particular sweater for the past few days, but even this one is not going to be warm enough. This is just like, you know, some cotton or acrylic yarn. I'm going to have to get the real one out, the wool puppy out here soon. When it gets colder, and it could, then we'll be switching to the wool. Oh, ice on the roads, people in the ditches everywhere. Oh, Valerie, that is the scariest. That freaks me out. That's, ugh. Try and stay off the road. That's not fun. Yeah, that's tough. Especially when everyone's commuting and all that. Yeah, ice is scary. We did have one kind of icy day here morning that during the commute there was car crashes everywhere, and I went past one and the police were already there with the other car was down by the side on just this big hill, just icy, and you just had to pay attention, and ugh, not fun. All right, 3, 4. I have to say it out loud, so I make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, yeah, 3's up higher. Great. All right, let's clip these together. There was one time we were going to drive out of town here. I probably have told this story before, but it's winter again. I got to tell all the winter stories again. But we were driving out of town from the other side of the city. So we had to drive like through the city and or to the other side of the city and then to get on the highway out of town. But, so we were on like these highways that go around the city. And it was so slippery and it was rush hour. But once we were on the highway, we couldn't get off because everyone in the off-ramps were slipping. So you couldn't even really press the brakes without slipping. So we were just kind of very, very slowly, obviously, just inching along with everyone else. But you could see anyone who started to brake would just slide off the road, and you just kind of had to aim where you're going, and that's the worst we've ever been in. We went under an underpass, and on the overpass, like the road above, there was a car just hanging and being held up by just chicken wire that was there, or like one of those gridded fences, like something that could not hold up a car for sure. It was just kind of half on there, and everyone getting on the off-ramp was sliding. So we were like at the point where we were not out of town, but we were nervous about trying to like cancel our plans and try and go home instead, because we were too afraid to get off the highway because it was too slippery. So we're like, let's just inch along on here and not try and turn, not try and do stop or anything. And eventually we got to where we were going. But, I think a 5-hour drive ended up being like a 9-hour drive just because we had to go slow and careful. But just driving through town, just seeing all of the cars sliding everywhere. You can even tap the brake without starting to drift and slide, so blech. But we couldn't safely get off the road either without sliding. All right, I'm just clipping those seams that are nested and then just throwing one in the middle just so it doesn't stretch out or very much, just so I can hold it together a little bit better. So we'll get this row sewn and maybe another one clipped together tonight. I'd actually kind of like to clip this set of 2 to the last set of 2 that we just sewed before, instead of and make another set of 4 instead of sewing number 1 and 2 together. wait on that until we got our next set of 4. I really want to make more puff balls, or pom-poms, so I want to do that this week too. Just as a little fun test. See if we can make a pom-pom that looks like an animal. More so, I just kind of want to get the geometry of it all, because that's the part that's kind of squishy in my brain right now. I'd like to have that more solidified. And even though it's cold, it is pretty when it's sunny. So one positive thing over the weekend, I think a lot of you guys saw, though, that I did roast like a million vegetables, and our refrigerator is looking perfect, and I just have tons of roasted, yummy food ready to go. And it has been a long time since I've prepped the refrigerator on a Sunday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm feeling good, feeling like we're back on that. Yes, Nolene. So the cones. So here is the cones. Those, it's going through tonight yet. And actually, I probably won't take the listings down till tomorrow morning if I go to bed a little bit early. So you might be lucky and see them up in the morning yet, but I'm not guaranteeing that. So today is the last day. So I will actually be ordering them tomorrow. So, okay, you need the floss 304 for red work. Yeah, so then you'll want to go to the Penguin and Fish /supplies. That'll be in the link. And do the DMC, the choose your own listing. And then in the message to seller, just write 304 in there. So I'll be placing the DMC order tomorrow. Tomorrow morning after I take all the listings down, and then they will pick it from their shelves and send it to me, and then right when I get it, I will send it to you guys. So it will probably be a couple weeks, hopefully not too long. It's however fast they can send the order to me, and then I'll get it to you guys out like the next day. Yep, you can order tonight yet, Barbara. Yep, today is the last day. And like I said, you may be able to sneak in tomorrow morning, but really tonight at midnight. And I've been up kind of late lately, so that they might still come off at midnight tonight. And I think I might have a link in this post, but I can't remember if I put it in or not. But yeah, at penguinandfish.com, just go to the supplies in the shopping, and they will be right at the top there. Yeah, so I have a bunch of colors picked out, but yeah, you can choose your actual own color if you know the DMC thread color. And even if you don't have the DMC thread color, like the number, but you don't want the colors that I have up there, you can. I do have a link. If you go to the choose your own listing, there is a link to the DMC website where you can see all of the colors there. And so depending on, obviously monitor colors and stuff, everything's not going to be perfect, but you'll find something probably pretty close. So you can go to the DMC website. I did put a link to it if you wanted a different color than the ones that I've curated there. And again, if you do that, just order the choose your own listing, and then in the message to seller, write down that number, the DMC number. All right, so in this guy, I think we might have time to clip one more, especially if I just clip these two that we've already sewn tonight, because they are already pressed. I don't have to press anymore tonight. I'm kind of excited to sew the back of this, even though I don't know, I'm not positive that I'm gonna, like, I think I'm gonna do just a solid color, but I don't know, maybe I'll sew a couple little pieces together. But in theory, I'm gonna do a solid green back, and I might just do that just to get it done. But I'd like to sew that. I'm excited to work with that color, though. I think that bright green that I'm going to be using for the back is just going to make everything pop really nicely. Ooh, I do need to put batting on my shopping list, though, because I don't think I have batting large enough for this. Although maybe my mom has batting yet. We got a giant roll of batting together once, and I don't think we're quite through that. Or maybe we are. I'll have to ask. Man, I feel like I have to concentrate on sewing today. And you know what? I think it's because I have my shoes on still. Like, I feel like my touch isn't perfect, and that's throwing me a little bit. Like the feel of the pedal. I think we'll be done with this top by Wednesday. That'd be awesome. Ooh, let's re-nest these seams. Some sock slippers, that'd be nice. I just didn't think to take them off. I think just because my feet are actually kind of chilly still. Hello, Terry. About halfway. I think so, Gus. Yeah. We have been off of the Splendid Sampler 2 for a little while here, and it would be nice to pop back on there for sure. We took a bit of a hiatus, that's for sure. And you guys, I have thought about that embroidery of the month thing. I don't know if I want to call it a club or not yet, because I think I'm just going to do it open to everyone. It's not going to be like a subscription box or club or anything. It's going to be just a new pattern every month that comes down at the end of the month. So it's available only during that month. I think we are going to go ahead on that. So I'm still figuring that out, but I'd love to start that in December already. So pending time doesn't sneak up on me, which, you know, it likes to do, but I would like to do that. So maybe we can do some sunny, happy embroidery that will make me not so cold. We'll see. But yeah, so I would still like to do that. So keep an eye open for info on that. Yeah, I don't really want it to be... I don't want it to be like a block of the month right now because that's like a big commitment for people, I think. I'd rather it just be kind of it's here for the month and then gone. And it's gone for reasons like it might become a kit later, or we're just, you know, it's just special for that month, really. Just something that we can play with here. So then if you want that month, then great. And if not, that's fine too. And then I'll have... a fireside scene. Oh, that's a good idea. Then, yeah, and then we can come up with ideas here too, and do them. But yeah, and then it would just be like a PDF pattern, and then I'll have like the supplies if you guys want the supplies for it as well. Oh, knots for sparks, that would be cute. And I would like to do the granny square quilt as well still. So while we're working on the splendid sampler, we'll probably throw in the granny square quilt too. So priority one, I'm just trying to get this guy out the door, basically. Even if I don't quilt it or anything yet, just getting it sandwiched would be cool. But yeah, so for the pattern of the month, I would like to stitch it here too. So 1 week of the month, we might just do embroidery is what I'm thinking. So I might introduce, I'm just literally thinking out loud here. So I think I'll introduce the new pattern at the first of the month, and then we'll start stitching it like on week 3, maybe. Or like, yeah, like week 3, because then, or at the middle of week 2 or something, but a time when if you wanted the supplies for it, there would be enough time for you to get them. So that's my thought. So we'll work on these projects. I definitely want to do the granny square quilt, and then we'll take a break from that for a week to do the embroidery. At least that's my current thinking of it. All right, we're making another set of 4 here. I think we might just have time to pin them, but we'll see. I'm just opening this up to make it a little easier. Yep, exactly, Barbara. It'll feel good to get this spring quilt done. Gosh, and then for a Finish It Friday, we really should try and work more on what should have been my winter quilt, but who knows, the jean quilt. All right, so we got rows 3, 4, so that goes on top, and then 5 and 6, so this will flip over here. Yes, so I definitely want a free motion quilt, the Triangle Tango Quilt. So my current thoughts on that are that it would be super fun to like draw out a whole motif and then just stitch over the lines, because then the back, which will be a solid color, you'll be able to see like a whole scene or something. That's the theory, although that maybe is wackadoodle. So I'm not entirely clear on that, but that's kind of what I think would be fun. I don't think I want to densely quilt it, just because that will just take a lot of time, really. So like a cute little scene, and then maybe some big swirls or something. I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out yet. It might have to be more densely quilted to see the scene. I'm not sure. It's all an experiment. It'd be a good test of that. I could do some research on that before I do it, maybe. Oh, we are at the bulk stages here. And it's just going to get bulkier and bulkier. This is just 4 rows together. Soon we'll be sewing like 8 rows together. Lug. Well, part of that experiment was, can I do that in a small space like this? Oh, you'd like to see how I would quilt like a whole scene. Yeah, it's kind of been an idea that I've had in my head for a little while. Like I was thinking, ooh, it'd be fun to do like a whole cloth quilt, and that's where it's just basically, in theory, like an all white quilt, like no piecing or anything, and then it's all about the quilting. So all you see is the quilting. And I thought, oh, this would kind of be like that, but for the back of the quilt, because the back is gonna, in theory, be all one color. So, yeah, I don't quite know how I'd transfer the design. We do have a projector. I could maybe, look, I don't know how I'd do that. Project a drawing onto the quilt, but how would I do that? I'd have to hang it up on some wall somewhere. I don't know. There's stuff to figure out for sure. But it's an idea, and once I get on those, I have to see them through, figure it out. I could just lay it on the ground and sketch, but that would be pretty difficult too, I think. And then, on top of that, what would that scene be? I mean, there's this cute little pasture of horses. It could be like, oh God, I don't know if I can quilt a horse. But it could be like it could be like a horse and then, a cute rainbow and stars and blah-de-de-blah, like what all these patterns and stuff are on the front. It could just be some wacky thing like that. Oh, we could do that. So my mom says use the grid method like a mural. Actually, that'd be kind of interesting because we are already in a grid of squares. So we could use the grid that already exists here and attempt to do that. Oh gosh, that would be an interesting challenge. It'd be interesting from the sense of if we work in this small space and if I can only really see this single square and then I can see my little square from the grid, that would be good. That would be like a true like elementary school test where I can actually see everything all at once, and I am just taking like this little square and a drawing of a square and like, okay, it's about halfway and okay, it kind of curves up to there and whatever. That'd be a kind of a fun challenge. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Just use the grid method. Yeah, okay, I like that because then I could draw something out on the iPad or something. Yeah, it could be like the hedgehog blown up or something. Yeah, perfect. And then, yeah, I could totally intricately even draw it out on my iPad and then put a grid on it and print that out. And we could really do an attempt at that, at the grid method. Okay, I kind of totally love that idea. And I love it just from the stance of that it's so silly isn't the word, but it's going to be so goofy to focus on that square to just, draw whatever the lines that you see. And I'm excited about doing that and then laying it out when we're done drawing it to see if it worked, which obviously it will work. But like, if we need to make any adjustments or whatever, I can still do that after after we do that. But oh gosh, that could take weeks to do. But I kind of really like that idea still. Maybe we'll have to have a long Saturday session or something to do that. It'd probably take more than just that, but you know, just so we're getting things done yet. Oh, that's still going to be a ton of bulk on the table here, but I could move the sewing machine out of the way because we would just be drawing. And I would just use my water-soluble marker. I like it. That might be more in the Finish It Friday realm, though. I do want to get this sandwiched because I'll do that next time I'm at my parents' so I can use their nice big floor. But then we might move on and I'll come back to that because I'll have to draw something. I'll have to draw out a design and stuff too, so that'll take some time to figure out. We can maybe do that here too. You can watch me doodle on the iPad. But I am trying to learn the iPad drawing a little bit more. So if you guys have an iPad or were interested in, oh, Barbara, that's a good idea. But we're interested in, you know, how to use the drawing, like one of the really popular drawing programs in the iPad. That would be kind of fun. But I like, Barbara says, make it a mystery project, release one square at a time. And then do the picture at the end. That's actually kind of fun. Okay, I kind of like that idea. I'll print it out and just have it near me, and then only draw the lines, only reveal it at the end. That's kind of fun. Gosh, I might have to label each square. Row 1, column G. All right. We are clipped. I think we're going to try and sew this yet tonight as well. Then tomorrow we'll finish rows 1 and 2, and then we can start sewing it all together. After that, we should just have, let's see, 1, 2, like 3 seams to do, really. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 seams. Haha. It'll be some crazy clipping, though, with bulk everywhere. That's a cute idea, Noeline. We could just, like there's that horse motif on here already. You could always just blow that up and try and do that. You know, there is something maybe to still having a repeat pattern. Like, maybe it shouldn't be a whole scene, like, here's the ground, and now here's the sky, or whatever. Maybe it is still, like, a repeat quilted pattern, but we could do it on a large scale, and it could be, you know, our own design and everything still. So that would be an option, too. Let's see. I'll start drawing and see what happens. That's probably the best thing to do. Trying to get these seams together a little bit more. Keep meaning to open this and make sure that those feed dogs are pressed up. Just trying to, there we go. Now it should be in a high position. Yeah, they seem up. Oh, yes, Aaliyah. Time changed here last Sunday. So not yesterday, but the week before. So, yep. Yeah, so you don't have to wake up so early anymore. It's not like 4 a.m. or whatever like it used to be. Oh, so much bulk. I feel like it's sliding from my lap, too. I still think this concept, we talked about this a little bit, but I listened to like an NPR thing on it, the idea of no time zones. So if it's 7:21 by you, it's 7:21, like if you were the main time zone, like it would be whatever that mean time or whatever, I don't know what time zone that is, but like they would be, if they were at 7:21 right now, everywhere it would be 7:21 a.m. And you know, that would be daytime for some people, that would be nighttime for some people, obviously. It'd be afternoon for some people, but regardless of what it looks like outside, it would still just be called 7:21 a.m. for everyone. I mean, it'd be totally weird because you'd be, you know, eating lunch at 6 a.m. In theory, but, you know, after you get over the cultural ideas of that, the logic of it. Oh yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. That's it, Aaliyah. Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. So everyone would be on Greenwich Mean Time. Anyway, it's just an interesting idea. But even just today, we were talking with John's mom, and just having to be like, okay, it's 2 hours behind for you, and you know, just the amount of time figuring out stupid time is just dumb. If everyone was just the same and it just, you know, your afternoon happens to be at 2 a.m. and yours happens to be at 11 p.m. I don't know. It would take a full decade of getting used to probably, but you know, I bet you if it was switched to that, people of the future would be like, what? You had different times? The times moved an hour back every once in a while? What was like, I think that whole concept would be, well, super confusing, especially like daylight saving time. I mean, that's confusing to everyone now. Anyway. I like thinking about that. I think it's a concept that would never happen, or, you know, who knows, but like, I like it. There's some logic there that I like. Almost done. That's more than your whole brain can comprehend. See, that's the thing. It would be a huge, like, brain twister, and of history and tradition and all that is going to get in the way of this idea for sure. And stories and songs and all that would be just jacked because of it. But from a logic standpoint, I like it. But, you know, maybe that is just... Maybe time zones and stuff are still there, or maybe there's, like, local time and general time, or, like, GMT, general mean time. Oh, you bet it's been... Hence the GMT was developed. Exactly, Aaliyah. So, you know, it could be... So instead, in our heads, we would just have two times. We would always know, oh, it's 7 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, but it's 2 p.m. for us. But when we talk to anyone else, like in a meeting, you would be like, okay, you meet at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? And everyone would know what 2 a.m. meant to their local time. So yes, it is still, you have to remember two times, but you're not... For planning's sake, everyone knows. So then nothing is really changing. All that's changing is everyone has to just learn one more metric to have in the back of their head. You know what I mean? Which, that seems like an easier change. Anyway. The stuff I like thinking about. I'm thinking, like, what would culturally have to happen for that to work, for people to adopt that idea, you know? I think that's interesting, too. Ooh, Christmas quilts, Robin. That's fun. All right, we are wrapping it up here. Yay, I'm glad we got this sewn. That will make things scooch along tomorrow for sure. Oh, you think there was a documentary out there, but you didn't have time to watch it? Funny. Time in quotes. All right, let's get this leader in here. Okay. Snip. We have another set of 4 here. I know exactly, Noli, and then there's daylight saving thrown in there to confuse it even more. That's for freaking sure. All right, here we go. Oh, this is the end. Let's hop over to the beginning. So we have 3 sets of 4, so that's 12 rows. Oops, I almost got rid of this one. Let's grab this leader. So that's 12 rows, and then we just have the one more set of 2 to get our 14 rows. Coming together. We didn't sew those. Oh, we did. Didn't we sew the set of 8 together already? Oh, I think we might have did that already. Oh, so we are farther along than I thought. So I think we have a set of 8, if I remember correctly. So 2 sets of, oh, so I might be done with that. This might be just this and these last 2 rows. We'll have to see. If it falls apart, then obviously I've not sewn it together yet. But all right, so I'm going to set this aside. Then tomorrow we'll start off by, we have to press and sew rows 1 and 2 here. And then we will sew it to what we just did here. So we'll have a set of 6. And then I think we did 8 or the set of 8 already. So then we just have to sew the set of 6 to the set of 8. You guys, we might be done tomorrow. We can do all that in a day, right? Maybe. Sew this together, snip to there. Psh, we might have this done tomorrow. That'd be cool. All right, you guys, I'm going to flip you guys around and we'll call it an evening here. Alrighty. Oh, here you guys can see. There's the radius right there. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, and I was going to show you my hat that saved me today. And this is the hat that means it's winter. It's the full fuzzy hat. So here we go. Oh, these sideburns. That's the way to do it. All right, you guys. I am going to call it an evening, and I will see you tomorrow. I will get this up on YouTube. Again, unfortunately, it's not going to have the comments this time because my recording didn't work out, but we'll get this up without the comments. Oh, your husband has a hat like that. It's the best. I mean, really, I bought it just because I thought it was kind of cute and goofy, but man, the side of fur, that's a game changer as far as cold wear. So like if you're just used to like your hat over your head or whatever, and you have a chance to get those little sideburns going, ooh, that'll make your life so much nicer. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Good night. Oh, and just a reminder that the cone sale for those cones, that is till like midnight. So get in on that. You still have a couple hours here. So awesome. See you guys tomorrow.